Hello Capricorn, this is your extended reading. So things get really interesting here in your extended. So remember, we started the first part with this wobbly or invisible bridge that you're walking, looking at your feet, carefully taking step by step, but knowing that this is a bold move, but trusting that you're being taken care of and that you're heading towards this very sacred experience and place. And now we start your extended with the Nine of Pentacles, and it's very interesting because both of these cards were very significant in the Sagittarius reading in the first part, talking about this bridge where Sagittarius was showing how they built their bridge in a very practical way, in a very rich kind of way, right? Because the Nine of Pentacles usually talks about financial independence and financial freedom is how it's coming through. But either way, for you today, it's coming with a slightly different meaning, Capricorn. So I feel like, if you were already following this bridge, even though it was invisible and you were trusting each step of the way, I feel like whatever you find inside that tower and you just understand that you're being invited to take your place in a very sacred circle of stones or circle of women, I feel like now this bridge, right, the invisible bridge becomes very clear, very visible, right? This is what it's coming through, opening the extended. Here it's like, if you turn, right, if you exit the tower, this is how it's coming through, right? It's like the ceremony or the ritual has ended and now you're heading back to the bridge, but now you see it clearly. It's like when you look back to see where you came from, it's like you're questioning yourself, how did I not see that it was there all along, right? How did I question or doubt it, or was so, how did I not trust instantly? Because I feel like you did, but it's almost like you had to keep telling yourself to trust it, right? To trust the next step. But now it's clear in front of you, right? The path that you walked is very solid and it's like, it's right on your face, right? You see it clearly. And it's interesting because I feel like this realization of how real it all is, right? The mystical experience, the sacred experience that you went through, it's because you have arrived at the right place for you, at the perfect place. Remember, as I said, whatever you were walking towards, trusting this invisible bridge, it was because something inside of the tower was calling you, because it's part of you, right? It's the same element, so it's part of your soul in a sense. And then when you arrive there with the Five of Pentacles, usually I see this Five of Pentacles as arriving at the right place at the right time, right? It's like everything becomes very real. It's almost like they take shape, they take form, they are, they're physical, right? They are manifested in front of your eyes, but only when you arrive at the perfect place at the perfect time. And it's interesting because I feel like when you do arrive there and you look back to the bridge that is so clear to you, what you see is not only the clear, the physical manifestation of this bridge, right? You see the Ten of Wands, which to me is symbolizing that you're seeing others coming through the same path that you have traveled, right? Because you started with the Nine of Wands. So perhaps, you were, I don't want to say you were the first one to walk this bridge, because, remember, when you arrive there are already these queens, but I feel like somehow not only, it's not that you were the only one there, or, you know, it's just that when you did walk this path, you didn't have company that you could see. Like if you were to look towards your sides, there was no one, right? But now that you have been through that experience, that you see now how real it all is, all of this ritual, all of this, like the significance of the circle of women that now you're part of, it feels like you're seeing how others are coming to the same place, right? How others are following, because, you know, there are two now on the same bridge that was invisible to you just, you know, a few seconds or a few moments ago for you, Capricorn. And it's beautiful because with the Sun card following the 10 of Wands, I feel like somehow this is a signal for you that, you know, you were being guided there as much as these new people are also being guided. But the Sun is coming through with another beautiful confirmation for you, because we started with the 9 of Pentacles, so everything is becoming more tangible and more real for you, at least in your own consciousness. And so what I saw with the Sun today was something that I never saw before, and it was so gorgeous. So I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but hopefully you will once I explain it to you or describe my experience of seeing this Sun today. So when you look back to the bridge, right, back to where you came from before arriving at this tower, at this ruin, and now seeing that there are others coming through the same bridge, this Sun card feels like the higher consciousness of this group of women. It's almost like the source of their knowledge. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. Remember when I talked about the tree of knowledge becoming a flame of knowledge? So this is where the knowledge comes from. This is the source of this flame, right? This is the brightness of it. This is the center point. This is the source, right, of the whole knowledge. And now that you're part of the circle and everything is becoming more real to you, I feel like now you can look at it, you know, straight on. Like the light of this source is not going to blind you, Capricorn. So you are now allowed to perceive it directly. And it's interesting because what I saw, now that I'm getting to it, it was this blinking eye. It was, you know when it's almost like this shared secret now that you hold with the Sun, with the source of knowledge, being part of this sacred circle, right? Now you have access to this knowledge that is so divine, that is so bright. And now it's almost like they're greeting you, they're welcoming you, right? And not only, you know, the other women perhaps that are they're part of the circle too, but it's like by higher power, by the source of knowledge, right? This is more energetic, but this is more like spirit or guides, and it feels bigger. It feels like just, well, okay, I'm going to use this word, but take it as you will, okay? It feels like God, right? But it doesn't take shape. It's formless, right? But either way, I saw this blinking eye with the Sun, and it's interesting because with the two cards that are following the Sun, the Two of Swords and the World, it's almost, remember, as I said, it's a secret that now you hold with the universe, with higher knowledge, with the source of knowledge, right? So it's a sacred secret that now you have access to. But with the Two of Swords and the World, what I got from these two was not everyone is ready to see this. Not everyone is ready to perceive this direct source of knowledge as you are ready, right? That's why you were called in, and because it was part of your soul, remember? So you are capable of perceiving it directly, of really drinking from this source of knowledge. But it's not the same thing for the whole world, right? For the collective. The collective is not yet ready to see with the Two of Swords. Because it's interesting, remember, as I said, you have arrived, right? With the Five of Pentacles. And ending, after the World, came the Eight of Pentacles. And so here, it's interesting because this World card is playing the part for the collective. So the collective is not yet, I want to emphasize, it's not yet ready to see this direct light. And so with the Eight of Pentacles finishing this part of your reading, and I just saw 1111. So it's perfect alignment. It's actually what I was going to say, because, you know, you have arrived. Usually I see this as the X mark on a map. And the Eight of Pentacles I see as two axes. So it's like this meeting, it's this perfect meeting. Usually I see of two people, right? Just arriving at the same place at the right time. But today it's playing out more collectively because of the World and the Two of Swords. So it feels like, and as I said, remember, when you look back at the bridge that you came from, you're seeing that there are others walking the same bridge. So they are about to arrive at the same place as you just did, right? But as I said, there are two people here, and it's like, it's slowly, it's a gradual process, right? So not everyone is ready to see yet, like not the entire humanity. But it's almost like this is a promise. It's almost like, or okay, not a promise. It's almost like more people have to arrive where you are, Capricorn, in order for them to really perceive the truth of things, or the source of knowledge that now you hold, that now not that you hold, but that now you have access to, right? So the promise of this Eight of Pentacles is that more people in the collective have to arrive where you are, right? With the Five of Pentacles, you have arrived. More people have to arrive too. So, well, what I'm getting here as guidance is that this is not something that you have to worry about. This is something that it will happen, right? It is already happening. It's how I'm getting with the 10 of Wands, right? So it is already happening. So just continue to trust. I feel like now that you know that it is real, just continue to trust. It's almost like now that you have this little secret with the universe, right? Or now that you have the confidence, or the backup, I should say, the support of these other women, right? That have arrived before you. It's almost like they will teach you how to be that support character for those who are arriving, right? So there is this, it's almost like a chain effect, right? It's like this, there are more people coming. So yeah, if you're worried, I don't think you are. I just feel like you just want to understand more of this new world, of this, you know, all of this knowledge that now you have access to. It's like you really want to dive in, right? So let's see what the runes have to say about this. I'm going to pull a rune for you, Capricorn, as a final guidance, you know, for this new part that you're playing, now that you have arrived in this sacred place and you have taken your own place. So if you're going to play this same part for others, right, to support them in a way that they'll be able to see the way you see, right? So, okay. Oh, this is gorgeous. Okay, this is so beautiful. This is actually something that I was sensing from the beginning, but I didn't mention because it wasn't here, but now it is. So, the moon came through as the final guidance from the runes, Capricorn. And I should say that, you know, when the sun popped up, even though it came through with this blinking of an eye, right? Very charming, but also it's almost like this sacred secret, as I said. But it's almost like what I also got is that this has to remain a secret under the daylight. You see? Because the world is not yet ready to see it too. And so with the moon, especially on the first part, it's interesting because when the image of the tree of knowledge shifted to the flames, to the flame of knowledge, I just sensed the setting change, right? The atmosphere change, and it felt like going from daytime to nighttime. And with the moon being here, it's just emphasizing or confirming to me, Capricorn, that yes, this is something that it's going to, you know, it's like perhaps it's going to happen at night, but it's this knowing that comes through your intuition. And it's like, oh, this is so beautiful. So how it's coming through right now at the end is like, you don't have to fear nighttime. Because if you were before, right, anticipating the tower, I feel like all your fears are gone. This is so gorgeous. It's like because you hold now the access to the source of knowledge that is so clear to you, I feel like even the nighttime, or even when you're asleep, or even when you're somewhere that you cannot perceive clearly, it's like you just hold this knowing within you. It's like it comes through you with your intuition very strongly, right? And so there is no fear here, Capricorn. This is so beautiful. This is actually a really beautiful way to finish, and to, you know, with the final guidance being, you have conquered your fears because you have arrived at the perfect place for you. You have taken your seat, right, at this circle. So now there is no fear. This is so beautiful, Capricorn. I love it so much. I hope it was insightful for you, or hopeful in a way, if you are still, you know, treading this this bridge and going through this mystical experience. But I hope it was helpful to you. Thank you so much for being here with me. I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.